Iranian spies have infiltrated the American government, lawmakers warn. Senator Ron Johnson, Ted Cruz, Jim Jordan, and many others are warning the country about the Iranian spies within our own government. Our house is the House of Representatives, and in the House of Representatives, I call it the Hamas caucus. The Hamas caucus of Ilhan Omar, Rashid Tlaib, who texted out, "From the river to the sea, Palestine shall be free." AOC, Ocasio-Cortez, the socialists hanging out with Muslims, leftists who have one common denominator: the eradication of Israel, the destruction of the Judeo-Christian worldview. This is something important for us to understand. In the streets of London and Paris, where these socialists and these Muslims joined together, crying out for the destruction of Israel. I can still remember the Democratic platform of 2012 when they were going to take out God and Israel in their platform. And it became a very debated item. We're there now for the Democratic Party. Ocasio-Cortez on firing line with Margaret Hoover in 2017 when she was running for Congress. Listen to this dummy.
Like there, in terms of geopolitics and the war in the Middle East, is very different than people expressing their First Amendment right to protest.
Well, yes, but I also think that what people are starting to see, at least in the occupation of Palestine, is just an increasing crisis of humanitarian condition. And that to me is just where I tend to come from on this issue.
You use the term the occupation of Palestine. What did you mean by that?
I think what I meant is like the settlements that are increasing in some of these areas and places where Palestinians are experiencing difficulty in access to their housing and homes.
Do you think you can expand on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd also I am not the expert on geopolitics on this issue.
People, they don't know what they're talking about. They're full of lies and deception and misinformation. Now, by the way, it's very interesting. The Hamas leaders who are calling for the Palestinians to stay in Gaza, they're not in Gaza. They're in Turkey. They're in Qatar. They're in Doha. Yeah, no, the leaders who are multimillionaires living high off the hog, they are the ones that created this jihad. Now, Hamas in Arabic means bravery. Right? It's an acronym for the Islamic resistance movement. But they're really Israel's arch enemy, like the Amalekites, the Philistines, the Edomites, the Amorites, the Ishmaelites, Hadrian, Haman, Hitler. This is a war. Hamas is at a war against the God of Israel, the nation of Israel, the Jews, and ultimately Western Christian civilization. This is the clash of civilizations right now. One believes in murder and rape and butchery, death and jihad. The other believes in the sacredness of life and liberty. Hamas is in our house. It's in the House of Representatives. Hamas is in the White House. Hamas is in America. It's in our college campuses. It's in the streets of our cities. It's in much of the legacy media. And God forbid that jihad cells end up destroying and killing Americans. They're at war with us. May God Almighty, the God of Israel, be with the Israeli Defense Forces. And may God give the United States of America leaders like Winston Churchill and General Patton, who not only understand the demonic nature of our enemies, but understand that their lies and their deception would poison our children for generations to come, and they must be destroyed. Sic Semper Tyrannis.